And welcome back to Your High School Sports. On the line with us now is head coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, Coach Shawn Witten. And we send out a big congratulations on them winning their second straight 4A state champion. Coach, I asked you earlier, are you still on the high?
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, winning never gets old, especially down in Cookeville. Just that's high school paradise for sure. Just the opportunity to, not just win one, but win two. Have a chance this year to defend your title, and it's a great feeling, and just really happy for all of our players.
Coach, we had talked earlier this year a couple times about that target being on you guys' back, and you told me that the worst enemy was yourself. Sounds like you overcame that. You were number one all year long. You're on a 30-game win streak. How did you keep your players on an even keel throughout the season?
Well, Roddy, complacency is real, and I think that, you either find a way to get better or you get worse. You don't ever stay the same, and I think that we just keep guys humble and hungry. We try to, do different winning edges throughout the course of the year, and I think, the biggest area where you got to improve and you got to get them to focus is when you go to practice. You try to control the outside noise. You try to control the amount of pressure you put on them. But I think when you get to practice, you got to get your hands dirty. You got to get to work. You got to focus on what you need to do to get better. And then ultimately on game days, you got to go out there and perform. And I think that our kids did that. They stayed grounded. Great group of young men, and they listened to each of our winning edges each week, of areas we had to improve to get better.
You guys go down to Cookeville and you play just a complete game, winning 41-14. You told me that once the chill wore off of playing that morning game, you guys just started rolling and never looked back.
Well, Roddy, we got off to a great start. You couldn't ask for a better start, and if you think about the last 2 weeks, we really played our best football. And I think I heard, Coach Matthews at Catholic say this one time that, you can peak too early. And I think our guys peaked at the right time. We started playing our best football after October 19th when we played Greenville. We started putting halves and quarters together where we showed a chance to be pretty dominant. And then I think the last 2 weeks to punch our ticket into the state championship, we played our best football. We traded fourth quarter scores against Greenville in the quarterfinals, semifinals. We scored on 8 straight possessions. Don't even have to punt in the semifinal game. And then we picked up where we left off in the state championship game, scored on our first 3 possessions to get a 21-0 lead. And that was ultimately the difference. But we needed that against a really challenging Haywood team that had a lot of speed and athleticism, and we knew they were capable of a lot of big plays and the broken down plays, and you really couldn't ask for a better start. And I think if we played this week, we would find a way to continue to get better. But I'm just happy for our guys that, when we needed them the most, they definitely stepped up for us.
Coach, let's talk about your Mr. Football winner. Tell me how important he was for your team this year.
Well, both of those guys, to be up on that stage, it's a proud moment, for a coach. For both of those guys to represent our area. I really think that Bryson should have won it a year ago. But to have Parker and Bryson both up on that stage to be representing our community, our school, our program, it's really a proud moment. And Parker really came on strong this year. And, his run to the playoffs was pretty immaculate. And his big play capability on both sides of football really was outstanding. Both of them had great numbers. Both of them led our team. Both of them will tell you that the accomplishment on the field is what's more important than the individual accolades. But it's great recognition for our community and our school. And Parker had a great senior year. Back-to-back 1,000 yards receiving, and then he put up almost 500 yards of rushing in the playoffs, and then he had 5 interceptions this year. He had 9 tackles in the state championship game. So He just meant a lot to our team. You know, he's a really great player, and you know, he put himself down in history as one of the best ever to wear the orange and black.
Coach, let's talk about what's coming up on December 15th. How many players have you got committed, and how many will sign on signing day coming up Wednesday?
Well, it's tough. You know, it's a difficult year. You know, college football players, every kid gets a free year. You know, so it's really tough. I think I talked to a coach yesterday, and there's 126 kids that have entered the transfer portal this week alone, and I think it's really tough. I think we got some guys that are going to be some great steals for people. You're talking about a lot of football players that have played a lot of games and have a lot of experience. So if we don't have many on the 15th, I'm sure we'll have some in February. But, you know, it's really a tough year for football and colleges and scholarships and money. And so it's kind of a wait-and-see process. But I'm sure that we hopefully will find some homes for a lot of you great young men and kind of see how that plays out. But we know that our kids are capable of, and they've been coached the right way. They got, you know, their qualifiers and academic assets, and I think that, you know, anybody that gets any type of our kids, they'll be great success just like they were here at Elizabeth High School. But, you know, right now it's just tough for college, and, you know, the 1AA schools are, you know, supposed to kick off February 7th, so hopefully they'll be able to get that, and some of the smaller schools as well this spring, and hopefully we'll get back on the normal track, you know, next fall. But hopefully our guys will get a chance to, you know, showcase their skills at the next level.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time this morning to talk to us here on Your High School Sports. And once again, we congratulate you on that 4A state champion. And I got a feeling you guys may be at Cookeville next year, too.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. We've been talking to Coach Shawn Witten, head coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. We'll be back here on Your High School Sports right after this.